Hey guys, my name's Colin and this is my review of the Under Armour HOVR MACHINA Off-Road CH1 after 50 kilometers. Let's get right into it and start things off with the fit. So in almost all of my sneakers I've ever had, I've always been a size 10.5. I did originally order a size 10.5 in the Under Armour Machinas, but I ended up sending those back after a run because they ran just a little bit short in length and they were a little tight width-wise in the toe box. So I ended up going with a size 11 in this shoe. I ordered directly from the Under Armour Canada website, so they had a great return policy. And once I got the size 11, the fit in the forefoot was just great. But for me, it's pretty odd that I have to go a half size up. I did lay these down right next to my 10.5 Hoka Speedgoat 4s just for a size comparison. I know this isn't a very scientific method, but just visually you can see that they're almost identical in size when you're looking straight down at them, and they do feel similar in size when you have them on foot. So if you do end up purchasing this sneaker online before you can try them on, just make sure you're ordering from somewhere with a good return policy. When it comes to the fit for the rest of the shoe, I did find I had a little bit of issue with the heel. The CH1 versions have this BOA system, so when you lace up, it actually doesn't give you a very customizable fit. On most of my shoes, I like to keep it loose in the forefoot here, but tie it tight around my ankle. When it comes to this one lock BOA system, when you start to lock this BOA system in, it starts to tighten up all the way through the top of the foot here. It doesn't give you the ability to customize the fit as much as a sneaker with a regular lacing setup. As long as I had this tightened up the entire way, my heel felt secure. However, because I had to tighten it up all the way to get my heel to feel secure, my forefoot and midfoot ended up getting so pinched that I just couldn't run without pain. I ended up compensating and loosening up the BOA system a little bit so my forefoot could breathe a little better, but then I lost that heel lockdown. I think this is more of a personal fit problem than something that a lot of people would experience. As long as you're fine with lacing the shoe up exactly the same all the way through, these are going to be a great fit overall. However, if you want a more customizable fit, there is a non-CH1 version without the BOA system. I think if I got these again, I'd probably just go with the regular lacing setup just so I could customize the fit a little bit better to my foot. So next up is the traction. The HOVR Machinas have a full-length Vibram light base outsole, and if you've ever ran in any Vibram rubber, you know it's just sticks to everything. Like, these were just exceptional. There was no issues at all in every condition, and I took them in pretty much every condition you can think of. It doesn't say on the website how deep the lugs actually are, but I would say they're around 2.5 to 3 millimeters, and they're nicely spread throughout, so you don't get a lot of mud or dirt stuck in between these lugs very often. Next up is the cushion. So this is my first Under Armour shoe, so it's my first experience with the HOVR foam. And it's really nice, especially when you first get in. It feels really cushy and bouncy. It does settle in fairly quickly, but the comfort definitely remains. There's also a P-Bax propulsion plate all the way through here, so you get a lot of protection along with a little bit of pop off the toe when you're running and cruising through the trails. So next up is the upper. So normally I like to get at least 100 kilometers in my sneakers before I put a review out, but it's the summer here in Canada, and contrary to popular belief, it's actually really hot here, and this upper runs extremely hot. I would say it's the least breathable shoe that I've ever run in trail-wise. It's made with this storm-treated upper, so I think it's geared towards multi-seasonal running. I think this shoe would be exceptional in the spring, fall, winter months. So it's a really thick mesh upper all the way through. It does have that BOA fit system, which is really pretty cool and actually really durable. The only reason I really like to get 100 Ks in before a review is just to test out the durability. These are actually built like a tank. so I don't think durability will be an issue at all. A little bit of toe protection here as well. The tongue is attached there to the side. After a few runs in this, I knew that it was gonna be a really hot shoe, so I kind of already knew the drainage wasn't gonna be good, but I did take them into a river anyway just to test it out, and as I expected, they really soaked up the water and don't drain out very easily. So next up is the weight. These weigh in at 10.5 ounces for a men's size 9, so they're not overly light. They don't feel very heavy either. They just feel like a very protective, durable shoe on foot. It's also a 8mm drop from heel to forefoot. So the final verdict for the Under Armour HOVR Machina Off-Road CH1 is I really like these, and I really hope they put out a second version with just a few tweaks. Maybe a double BOA system to customize the fit a little bit more, and just a more breathable upper. If those two things were fixed, this would just be an absolute beast of a trail runner. I guess I'll mention also that they do have the Bluetooth technology inside the sneaker that connects to the Under Armour app. I don't use the Under Armour app, so I never actually tested that out, but it is kind of a cool option, I guess, if you're into that. But that's it, guys. That's my review on the Under Armour HOVR Machina Off-Road CH1s. Thanks for checking it out, and I'll see you guys on the next one.